Hello and welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Android versus iPhone, the hot button topic, the issues that first world people face. Now, keep in mind that these are just our opinions. These aren't meant to be taken literally.
They're just our opinions.
Yeah, it's just
You
what
can,
we think.
You can have a different opinion. You don't have to agree.
We would actually encourage you to comment down below what you think, what you prefer.
Yeah.
Do you prefer Android? Do you prefer iPhone? And why?
Yes.
Anyway, let's go ahead and start this after I can, I made the disclaimer longer than it should have been.
That's alright.
So, first off, Cody is team iPhone all the way. I enjoy iPhones more than Androids, but I will be the unbiased group. I won't be. We're not going to be shitting on Android the whole time. I'm gonna stick up for Team Android.
Not even that. I mean, I am all for iPhones, but I can admit that Android does have, well, not Android, but Samsung basically does have some good things. Well, maybe just one, but still, that one is a big thing.
And what is that? What is that one?
Expandable memory.
Yeah. Well, even though you can't do that in the Galaxy S6 Edge, they did bring it back with the Galaxy S6 7 S7.
That's it. Yes. And I mean, I don't use anything higher than my 64 gig iPhone, so I don't have a problem with it. But do other people? Who needs more than 64 gigs?
I would say photographers, maybe.
Yeah, but how many pictures are going to be put on your phone? If you're a photographer, you're using a real camera.
I don't know, maybe an Instagram model. You don't see them using a DSLR.
Maybe. Expand. I mean, that's one of the biggest arguments when it comes to both the phones, but I don't use anything close to my 64 gigs.
Yeah, I don't use anything close to mine either.
So I guess that's not even an argument.
Well, it could be an argument for some.
I guess it could
An
be.
argument I have that has since been fixed is the display. Android has the 1080p display, and for the longest time, Apple hasn't.
But Apple has that Retina screen that just still looks great.
But a 720 Retina screen compared to a 1080 is
OLED.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Eh.
But with the iPhone 7 coming out, they got 1080p OLED, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's not obviously definite yet, but that's a pretty big rumor, I think.
A pretty solid rumor, I would say.
Yeah.
So,
hopefully it's an improvement.
right.
Well, I mean, the screens are still good, but
I'm just saying.
if you're gonna get better, why not?
Another thing that has been on Team Android more than iPhone is camera quality. But again, they stepped it up.
Yeah. And these are things that you really got to look into to see a difference.
Like, my phone is 13 megapixels. Yours, which is the S6 or 6S Plus, has 12.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see a difference between 1 megapixel.
No. No way.
Now, if you compare my phone to, let's say, the regular 6S, not the Plus, which I think still runs the 8 megapixel, or is there's the 12 too?
I think it's 12, but the difference between the Plus and the regular is that the Plus has an actual stabilizer in the camera.
Oh.
I think that's the only difference.
But yeah, if you put okay, well then I know for sure that the 6 has an 8 megapixel camera.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
If
that.
you put those together, you can definitely tell a difference.
Yeah, probably. I mean, either way, they still take good pictures.
Yeah, definitely.
So, really no complaints.
This is really just a video on like how much Android and iPhone are similar.
Yeah, technically. Well, let's try to think of stuff that aren't similar. Like, look. What look do you like better?
What look do I like better?
An iPhone or a Galaxy?
If we're talking about phone, like the look of the phone,
Yeah, just basically the
not
look.
the OS.
That's it.
Like I'm not saying the
No,
OS or anything.
nothing internal. Just literally the cosmetics, just the look.
I would say that Android has a variety of looks. Well, Apple has the best look.
Yeah.
Like the feel of the iPhone is smooth, sleek,
Yep.
and preferable. It feels better to like using the Galaxy S6 Edge. Like even though I thought it was a really cool concept, and I still think it's a cool concept, it's just
Yeah.
it's not practical. I never see myself using the
Yeah,
edges.
Nothing important. It's just something they did to make it, oh, that's awesome. So people want to go buy it. And then once you get it, you realize, I never use this.
Exactly. The only thing
Yeah.
I use my edges for is when I have my phone facing down and I get a text message and then the light bar, it lights up.
Yeah, I mean, just pick up your phone if you feel it vibrate.
Right.
I never have my phone facing down anyway.
I do. I have it all the time on my bed. It's because another thing that it sounds like I'm team iPhone when I'm trying not to be biased.
Yeah.
Another thing I like about iPhone more than the Android, but this could just be personal preference,
Mm-hmm.
is the indicator light. That is the real reason why I have my phone down. Is because I am too lazy to unlock my phone and swipe away the notifications to get that indicator light gone.
That is pretty lazy.
It is, but fuck it.
So you'd rather just not have one at all?
Right. I'd rather just not see it.
Yeah, if that's what you like. I mean, other things could be like, let's see. Well, let's talk about operating system wise.
Okay.
I love iOS. It's clean. It looks great. Most apps are first on iOS. Well, not, I wouldn't say most, but some.
Right. It is. I guess you could. I'm not. I don't know because I'm not a developer. I was gonna say that it might be easier to develop for iOS than it is Android.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's only the reason I think that's only a problem because there's so many different versions of Android operating systems.
Yeah.
But again, it could also be like exactly the same. I have no idea. If I was a developer, I'd know more, obviously. But
Oh yeah. iMessage, FaceTime. Those are two big things. I love the fact that I can text someone, I can see when they read it, and it's quick. I can see when they're typing. Like, I hate texting someone like you that doesn't have iMessage. I'd rather just talk on Facebook Messenger, something like that. You know,
any particular reason?
it's quicker.
It is a little quicker. Yeah. There's a downfall that I've had when I had an iPhone with iMessage is that if I had that like set so they can see if I read it,
Mm-hmm.
then I would have to avoid the message if I don't want to talk to that person.
But, all right, go ahead. Were you gonna say something else? Because I have something to say.
I was, but I completely forgot.
All right, good. Because they fixed that. Well, they didn't fix it, but there's ways to get around it. For
How?
one, did you not like that because there's still a notification on the phone? Like there's that
Yeah.
little one?
Yep.
Well, now if you clear it, that one goes away.
Well, there you go.
I've noticed that. Another thing is that, like, say if you don't want it to say red, but you want to see what they said, 3D Touch, you can, like, just peek, and then you can see what they said without it saying red.
Well, yeah, see, that's the problem, though. When I had the iPhone, it was the iPhone 5S. So, there was no 3D
Yeah,
touch.
no 3D Touch then. Yeah.
But now that I'm getting the iPhone 7, it is...
There will.
Yeah. Let's see. What is another thing that you like about iPhone that isn't particularly on Android?
Ugh. I like the fact that I can send things from my phone to my computer and vice versa, and like instantly. I mean, that's something you have to have a Mac for, but
Oh shit, we're not terracing. I was about to say you can do that on Android, but in order to do it, you'll have to either email it to yourself
yeah,
or
see,
plug it in using the micro USB.
yeah, you don't have to. You wirelessly do it between AirDrop. I just get a picture on my phone. You first you turn AirDrop on, and then you just get the picture, tap it, and it goes right to your computer,
Right.
which is really cool. So you have an Apple Watch, you can do that. You know, iPad, everything just streams right through your phone or your devices, and it's quick, it's easy, it's cool.
I agree.
I like that. Oh, so many things. Apple Music. That's a specific thing, but
That
I know you can get Spotify, you can get Pandora premium stuff, whatever. But I just like Apple Music.
I agree.
Layout, everything's good.
I like Spotify. I use Spotify, but I would prefer Apple Music
Hmm.
over anything. A thing I dislike about Apple is the price. But now that all phones are getting like to that price point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're basically all.
They're all the same, right?
Yeah.
But I guess processing speed for the Android is better.
Hmm.
But if you have a bunch of downloaded things, it will slow your processing speed. And since Apple doesn't let you download, this is like a double negative for Apple and Android.
Hmm.
Android lets you download whatever you want. You can download a full movie, torrent it, and everything. You can't do that with Apple. But a problem with that for Android is that you can get viruses on your phone,
Yeah.
which you can't get with Apple.
Yeah. And see, when most people say, you know, you get music for free on Android, you can do that. You know, but you just pay $10 a month for Apple Music and you can do the same thing.
I prefer paying for music, to be
Wow.
honest.
Yeah, me too, because you support. Well, you don't really anymore because you just pay $10 a month. If you buy an album, you know, that's how you support the artists in particular. But
Right.
another thing I like about iPhones is that there's not 1,000 stock apps that come on the phone. Android is crazy when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, like how many Google things do I need?
How many apps came on your phone? Like you probably say you got a 16 gig phone, you probably had 30 gigs when you bought it available.
Well, I have my phone open right now. I have 9 things from Verizon. I have 3 things from Amazon. I got 12 things from Google. These are all preloaded apps, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got 4 things from Samsung, and I got 4 things in my tools. And that doesn't count Android Pay, calendar, camera, clock, contacts, email, emergency alerts, and I think Google Maps or Galaxy apps. It's just
That's insane.
there was a ton.
I mean, you have the basic stuff: messages, calendar, photos, camera, notes. I mean, the only things I would get rid of would be like stocks, news, health.
Right. All in
That's
all,
really it.
both phones are technically the same. They both do the same thing. You can download apps, you can
Yeah.
call, you can text, you can send
Exactly.
pictures, you can take pictures. It's really all about what you like in the phone, and it's just if somebody tells you otherwise, just tell them to fuck off.
Yeah.
Like if somebody who really likes Android like makes fun of you for having an iPhone because your iPhone can't process as many apps or as fast as their phone, just tell them to fuck off.
Exactly.
And vice versa. Like if you have somebody that's a pro iPhone tell you that iPhone looks sleek and it's just better, tell them fuck off.
I mean, it's the truth, but I mean, you can do that if you want.
Fuck off.
See, that's an example right there.
Yep. We're
Give it-
I fucking had to reload. Anyway, that's all we have for you today. Go ahead and comment down below what team you're on. Team iPhone, Team Android. Or if you're Team Middle. It doesn't matter. Comment down below specific topics you'd like us to talk about in future episodes. I know this is a very long episode, and I doubt many of you made it to this point. But if you did, subscribe, like. If you didn't like it, dislike. Check out the old video. It's right here. That's it. See you later.
Look at the score.